So, his name is Kaelaen, or Water Kaelaen. He is going to be... I don't know what he's going to be. But he's playing Dorado. He's 2430-ish SR. This was a loss. Well, thank you so much for pointing that out. Look at the game. What do we got? Golds, gold, plats, plats, and a bunch of gold. Yeah. Is he playing Ana as well? Did I somehow knowingly line up all my Ana reviews in order? Because that's pretty cool. Is there anything that lets you record your game remotely? No, I do not believe so. Unless unless Blizzard starts adding in a recording software.
Oh, hi. They got a pharmacy, right?
We're just gonna go 720.
Oh no, that's just a Genji.
Oh man, 720 is rough. I thought it was better than that. So this is when I was talking about and I know I chop up the reviews on YouTube, but essentially I just reviewed 2 Ana gameplays before this, and I said basically as Ana for the first 3-4 months you play her, just worry about healing, and as soon as you start understanding when you're healing too much, essentially when there's healing when you don't really need to be healing, like this instance right here, all right, that's a full target, still full health. For the last 5 seconds, he could have been shooting people. That's what you want to start adding in after those 3 or 4 months. And that was he was the last one left on his team, it looked like.
Genji. Killed both the healers.
And this is when aggression is really... At the lower levels, like I said at the beginning of the stream, at lower levels, aggression usually wins. But it's the people that constantly put out aggression are the ones that get hard capped at a skill level. Because essentially once people can start defending themselves, this aggression just hits a wall, and all of the tricks they've learned are just not useful. I wouldn't say they're not useful, just the play style of over-aggression is difficult to keep up for a long time. You get a sleep? No. That's one too many ults.
Might need to switch some tanks up.
And at a low SR, it's actually difficult for these players to hit their sleep darts. Ana has really good self-defense. She has a really good self-defense kit. It's just sleep dart can be challenging to hit for a lower SR user at first. And Bionic Grenade, it can save you from stuff, but not everything. I would critique that she needs to use the ult. Yeah, at some point. Even if it's willy-nilly, just try not to save it the entire game. If you're just learning heroes and you're trying to figure it out, it's okay to use ultimates a little bit irrationally at first, just so you know what doesn't work, and at the same time that allows you to understand what does work. So you switch to Mercy. Okay, and that's how Mercy plays. It's... Oh, this is one of those hard games for supports. This is one of those really hard games for supports. Right, because it's harder to defend than it is to offend. Essentially, the Genji kind of has the ease of execution when diving people like this. But for Mercy, he's doing quite well. He's being nimble. I say that as he dies.
They're really good at that dive comp.
But yeah, these supports are essentially getting little to no support. He's trying his best. But with little to no support, supports can't defend themselves at a low SR. Right, if you have some really good Ana, then yeah, you can. But at these ranks, it's difficult. I kind of feel bad for reviewing some of these, like this one, when a support's trying just to help out the team, but just get their ass handed to them. And it's kind of like, I can't really correct much. Here's the worst part. I really can't correct much on those defensive plays. I think he did more or less what he could have as an Ana, and that's it, right? Like, if you're an Ana and it's essentially like always a 1v3 or 1v4, like, I wish there was some piece of information I could give you to solve all your issues, but I can't. Correct this guy for leaving Skype on while playing. I don't know if that's Skype. I think he may... essentially what I did the other day is I left my fan on, and people were like, I hear some humming from your mic, and I was like, that's strange, and it was actually my fan across the room. That was a nice try. I like the thought. That was good. Perfect. A double team kill.
I'll try to save my ult for that Genji ult.
Sounds good.
Do you, man?
Yeah, he's dead.
I can't see
Probably
him.
my bot.
Probably
Yeah, I
when you're
couldn't
out
see.
there.
He just got full.
So his Reinhardt so far has been okay. Strange revive.
Genji left here.
Soldier ult.
And this is when you just keep your shield up. And you keep everyone busy. There you go. And because he focused on staying alive, he got a Genji pick out of it.
Finally got him.
Little more ult charge, right? Like, this is why you always want to focus on staying alive, because something can always happen. If you're dead, you have no options available open to you. Oh, that blind hammer. Oh, that was good. So I would like to say that all this happened because instead of trying to charge that Genji that was, you know, trying to melee him to death, he was just backing up and shielding, right?
Kills now.
He may have survived with 50 health, but it gave him proper positioning to get everything else in the game.
They're up top, guys. Careful of that.
Second.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm not gonna lie, Genji's flailing around and you're just smacking him with hammer is hilarious.
Soldier done.
Whenever you just like hammer people 5 or 6 times in a row and no one's doing shit about it is hilarious. I was about to say that guy got really lucky with that. That he dropped the shield right for when he ulted. Get him! Damn.
Soldier, top right. Got him.
We lost our mercy, so
Genji's on
play a
it.
little defensive. Okay.
15 FPS in Overwatch is awful, I imagine.
Do that.
I grew up here. We're just going strong.
Back up, Roadhog. We got nobody.
I got
Alright, see, that was a good call. The Roadhog didn't seem to care, though. I mean, you tried, Reinhardt.
Genji's behind here. Watch your back.
A little overzealous, just turning the corner and charging. You gotta watch out for the enemy Mercy, though, right now. Get that. I thought that Mercy was gonna get a res off. Long range?
Looks like someone's flanking back here.
Aw. Oh, Reinhardt's body's caught into the cart. That's hilarious. So far, so good. I mean, he's doing a little bit of risky stuff, but that comes with the territory.
Roadhog's way out of position.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to kill. That's gonna be really hard to kill.
Bathroom.
More importantly, he found the shield gen. Fucking hog. You should probably say, guys, the shield gen's in the basement.
Oh, darn it. Resin can.
Right, because he said he found it.
Come on, Mercy.
Storm Smasher, have I reviewed one of your games? No.
Hard behind.
It's alright that you don't watch, man. That's fine. Like, I know you got life, and I know a lot of people have finals right now, so don't worry about it. I believe you're coming up... Hold on, let me find out where you're at in rank.
See one more good push and we'll get it.
I think you're actually near the end, so, like, you're probably going to be tomorrow or the next day.
Want to go at the top right?
Timing's overrated.
Probably a good idea.
Okay. So, I like how this Reinhardt, like, he's talking a bit. He's like, hey, guys, let's go top right. And no one has any, like, bad things to say. They're like, you know what, that's probably a good idea. Let's do it. I would probably walk through with the, yeah, shield open.
Can you just go get that hop? Go get him.
Oh, shit.
Behind us.
Too much damage inside.
Yeah, Genji's just waiting to pick the healers.
I actually... Oh, man. He's like, listen, just go for the hog. It's going to be easy. Just charge in there, get the hog. Runs in there. Fucking wrong neighborhood, my friend. There's 5 of them, and they just instantly killed him.
Do something.
22 seconds, taking the high ground.
Okay, upstairs.
You're going to have to be quick about it. Quicker than this.
Prayer's low. Can't see your...
I would just charge in. Right about now.
Genji open.
My genius is finally
Super
recognized.
Ninja to subscribe. Thank you, Super Ninja. For a 213 sub. The charge wasn't a bad idea. It was just,
Good game.
with low time, you get less options, right? That's what time gives you, is options. With no time, you're out of options. You kind of have to get on the point. You kind of have to do what you do to get a kill. But
Like, it's really hard to keep the healers alive just because of that Genji.
so this guy was at a fault.
Timing's overrated.
So he played Ana and Reinhardt. The problem is, as an Ana, he had very little support. Fuck. I feel so bad for supports at lower SRs. Like, I wouldn't say his accuracy was fine. He didn't use any quickscope, as always. I think. He used quickscope a little bit, I think. His positioning was fine. It's just that there was always a Genji or a Winston in his face. You could say that maybe his positioning wasn't fine. He needed to stay back more. But, I mean, he was pretty far back. He was usually the last one to die. If he wasn't the last one to die, he was just getting caught in the crossfire and just dying. It seemed like he was playing back as comfortably far as he could, and he just had little to no support. But his skill usage seemed to be fine for, what is it, 2400? He hit a couple sleep darts, not bad. His bionic grenades were fine. His accuracy was fine for the level. But yeah. You're out of here, pretty pink pansy. Alright, well, thanks for stopping around. His logistics were fine and his skill usages were fine. Like, he was getting where he needed to. It was just he was getting dove on constantly. That first push from the enemy team was mean. It was very mean. Aggression works wonders at low levels, and it was just constant aggression. They put up, I think it was one single fight for point 2. The Winston stuffed them in the doorway that opens. The first point, I think, came down to 1 or 2 fights, if that. And Ana was the last one to die there. The third one, because of the horseshoe shape of the map, dive comp can actually do wonders. And they were just diving straight on him. I think as an Ana, he was doing well. Add in quick scoping, and that's pretty much all it is. That's all I can really tell you from this, just because you're getting aggressed on so heavily. I mean, I could say hit your darts, but fuck, that's a hard thing to say. Darts are difficult to hit at first, and once you start learning them, you know, you'll start getting better and better and better. But that's in the self-defense kit of Ana. You'll get there. But I think your Ana play was good. Don't be discouraged from this one game. Keep on playing. That's definitely a good one. As a Reinhardt, I liked it a lot. I think he was doing pretty good as Reinhardt.
Aiming's overrated.
He was shielding enough. He was being, I think, aggressive enough. I don't even want to say over-aggressive. He was being the correct amount of aggressive. He tried to get his team back, like, get behind the shield, please. He was definitely going for some high-risk charges, but hey, like, fuck, it's a high-risk charge. Like, that's always what you want to go for, right? It's fun as hell. So maybe charge a little bit less. But overall, I would say it was good. Your positioning was well. You were trying to rally the team around you. You were trying to stay in front of people, but like that hog at the one time just wouldn't fall back. And you even, like, you went half the distance forward to him, and you still died because of it. You can't just always be in front of everyone. That's just not possible. They have to work with you as a tank. Yeah. But you were getting to all the places you needed to. I didn't see you go any, like, wrong ways, long ways, sideways. You know, like a Willy Wonka elevator. You're at the right spots. And I think your information was fine. Like, I think you were doing... you never got caught off guard by something. It seemed like you were processing things correctly with sound and sight. Yeah, that's about it. The only thing I wonder... was this. This is okay. I don't mind this too much.
And he's trying to lead us into a death room.
Okay, so this happens sometimes in Overwatch, and I get this too. Is you can hear it.
And he's trying to lead us into a death room.
You found the shield generator. So the shield gen is down there, even though you didn't see it. Your character saw it. So the shield gen was down there, and you just... I don't know if you didn't hear that or recognize it from the voice line. But he needed to tell his teammates, hey, there's a shield gen down there. And this is why I support that ult, is that once he said there's a shield gen down there, I would have prioritized the shit out of killing that Roadhog. Because it would have opened the shield gen to kill, and then, you know, that's a lot less damage you need to do. Oh, Kaelaen, you're in here. Fucking hey, look at that. The guy's in here. Yeah, that happens with Junkrat sometimes. I will, like... My character will see a shield gen and be like, I think there's a shield gen around there. I found it. And I'm like, Junkrat, where the fuck is it at? I don't see it. And, like, essentially, like, for some reason, I think the shield gen, like, view model is, like, this big. And, like, the character will be like, oh, yeah, I can see it. But, like, the actual model itself is right here. And I'm like, I don't know where the fuck it's at. But, yeah. And solo alts aren't bad. I think solo alts are really weird, where people, like, look down on it for some reason almost immediately. And it's like, no, there's a reason to do solo alts. Kaelaen, since you're here, do you have any questions before I wrap this up? Because I have to get through all of these. I think the Q might come from an enemy surviving a burst of damage. No. That sound cue was different. It wasn't, I think they have a shield gen somewhere. It was, I've found their shield gen.
And he's trying to lead us into a death room.
I found the shield generator. He had visual sight on the shield gen. If you see someone with shields, a character will say, hey, they got a shield generator somewhere. Or if you see or if someone comes back sooner, or you see the particle effect on someone, it'll go, hey guys, they got a teleporter somewhere. But if your character says, I've found their teleporter, that means they've found it. They physically see where it's at. It's one of those slight things that you kind of gotta just pick up on. But Kaelaen, yeah, I think you did really well. Just watch your charges as Reinhardt, and I know how delicious they are. Just watch them. But your Ana, like, I can't critique your Ana much. Like, you did well. You were just, oh my god, you were getting so bullied. You were just, like, maybe this is a little bit too close. This was good. But, like, getting around this corner is dangerous for you. The fuck can I tell you to do against this? I'm like, oh yeah, sleep the Bastion and the Genji that are ulting in your face.
Might need to switch some tanks up.
And then you guys just get stuck in here because of a Winston ult, right? Oh no, that's probably... Where's the last review? No, it's this one, right? This is it. Winston and Genji, they kind of stick you in the room. I don't mind the ult. You needed the ult because you're holding it the entire game. I think that was the only fight at... Yeah, that was the only fight for the second point. And you essentially had one fight at the first point. But yeah, keep on healing, and when you find moments like this where you're overhealing, that's when you should be shooting the enemy. And then you'll start to slowly add in times when you can damage people. But yeah, overall, I think you did quite well, Kaelaen. I figure my SR, ridiculous Reinhardt charges, the only way I can learn to do good charges. That is one, yes, fuck yeah. So that is one way. Too many people don't do that. Too many people are cowards. So I always talk about overdoing something. And people are like, that's dumb, yada, yada, yada. And no, the truth is sometimes to learn something, you have to overdo it. Essentially, you have to learn from its inverse shape. So, like, learning from a black hole or something, like, we cannot perceive a black hole. Like, we can maybe look at it in some different way, but we have to see its effect on everything else and then learn from that. Essentially, you learn from its inverse shape or what it does against everything else. You can do that with any type of skill. So, if you keep on playing Ana and you keep on only healing, then you're gonna find spots where you don't need to be healing, right? You're gonna be like, I'm doing something like this seems really dumb. I'm just healing a full health person. Those are the times when you're like, all right, can I get one shot in? All right, then I'll go back to healing. All right, can I get 2 shots in? Can I get like this and this and this? Same thing with charges. You're like, I don't know what a good or a bad charge is. And people are like, well, only do good charges. And you're like, how can I figure that out if I don't know what a bad charge is? And so you just charge, just fucking do it. That's what I did with Junkrat. I still do it with Junkrat. I'll be like, good time to ult. I think it's a good time to ult. Man, that was a dumb time to ult. I will add that into my skill set of when I shouldn't be ulting. And the problem is people want to get good after like 2 weeks of playing, and it's like, well, actually you gotta fuck up for about half a year. And then you get it. But yeah. I'm glad you're figuring stuff out at a low SR and you're not afraid to fuck up. You will learn faster than anyone else at your level if you do that. So, good job.
Timing's overrated.
Good job. All right, next review.